welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do another tag. It's a surprise tag from Sandy over at Let's Get Fit with Sandy. Now, if you'll notice, I am by myself again. That's because David is just not going to have time to sit down and do this. Even though it doesn't take long, he's not going to have an extra minute to do it. He's in the bed right now. He'll get up, get ready for work, eat, run out the door. He'll come in the morning, he'll eat, and then he'll do whatever he has to do because he always has something to do on Saturday. He has so much responsibility on him. He really does. And I'll be doing my meal prep and then be gone Sunday. So I figure I just better sit down here and do it. So y'all are stuck with me. And I don't know how good I'm going to be at honestly, I looked at these questions. I don't know how good I'm going to be at this with my memory. Things just come sporadically when I'm like pushed for an answer. It's like I can't think of stuff. So we'll just see how it goes. It's a what is tag. Bunch of what is questions. Number 1, what is your favorite vacation memory as a child? Well, probably, I guess I can pin it down. I went on more vacations as a child than I did as an adult, which is coming up on number 2. But probably my favorite is going to the Land of Oz in the mountains. Me and Mama would go because her and Papa had a house in Mountain City, Tennessee. And so I went up there a lot as a child. That was another favorite vacation. Not one single time, but every time I went, I had so much fun playing with the little boys next door because, I thought I was a boy too, apparently, playing in the creek and jumping down it was like gold yellow mud, and we would just get at the top and just slide down. We'd come home. I don't know how she got her clothes clean. I just really don't. But the Land of Oz does stick out of my memory as one of my favorite because I love, y'all know I love the witch. And I love the Land of Oz stuff too, So I'll go with that one. Now I like the beach too. I like going down there because then we go to Myrtle Beach and we would ride the go-karts and play the putt-putt and go to the pavilion. So I had good times as a kid on vacation. Number 2, what is your favorite vacation memory as an adult? I ain't had that many vacations as an adult. Me and David ain't been on a handful of vacations in our 27 years of marriage. We've been on a handful of vacations because he works so much. And it's like we go maybe once every 3 or 4 years. I do know one vacation we went is the whole family went to the beach. That was when we had a house full. It's me and David, the kids, and their each one of their significant others, I guess you could say. And so we all went to the beach. That was a fun time, all of us going to that. I can't think of anything because I ain't done nothing special. The last vacation we went on to was the Outer Banks. Now, we really had a good time down there going to see the lighthouses and things. I like that. I like going to the mountains. I love going to the mountains, but nothing. We went to the mountains one time when the kids were young. And, well, RJ, he's 9 years older than Holly, but she was little and he was still young. And like his best friend from high school went with us. We had a good time. We got snowed in. Didn't realize it was going to happen. We got snowed in the motel, so that was fun. Anyway, yeah, I don't really think I can pin one down for adult. Number 3. This is a good. What is it that makes you unique? What don't? I say, I don't know. Maybe just the way I look at life. Maybe the way I look at things. Maybe my sense of humor is not like everybody else's. I don't see things. I don't think that the way a typical person sees things. I consider myself an acquired taste. That's how I see it. So I don't know. That's all I know that makes me unique. Number 4. What is 3 things that you must always bring with you on vacation? Not clothes, maps, or toiletries. The first thing, this one's easy. The first thing that I always make sure I have packed is a can of Lysol. Because you are not permitted to touch anything, use the toilet, nothing until I hit it all with the Lysol. That has always been that's pre-COVID by a bazillion years. Got to have the Lysol. Number 2, got to have the flip-flops. I will not. I refuse to walk on a motel floor barefoot. Will not do it. It kills me to get in the shower with bare feet. I am not a germaphobe. I'll drop something on the floor and pick it up and eat it. I'm not a germaphobe. I can't even talk. That's what makes me unique. I can't talk. I don't worry about germs. I don't like freak out like, oh. But there's something about a motel room. That's just a specific thing. A motel room, just touching it freaks me out. I don't even like laying on the bedspreads. I'm just telling you. So Lysol, my flip flops, and what is number 3? What do I always have to have? Well, I'll tell you this: if it's the beach where there's a pool, I got to have my pool shoes because I ain't walking in the pool barefoot. I won't go to the Y barefoot. I had to have my pool shoes at the Y. So we'll just pretend like the vacation's the beach and we'll say pool shoes. So pretty much 3 things that keep me from touching stuff. Number 5. What is it you would rather do on vacation? Sleep in or get up early to enjoy the day? I just soon get on up and get her done. That's how I am around here. When I wake up, I wish the rest of the world was up because I like to get my stuff done. I just like to get it done. And the earlier you get up, the more you get to squeeze in. And then go get a good breakfast. I like to get a good breakfast on vacations. There's just something about breakfast. I keep going to the beach, even though I love the mountains probably more than the beach, but I love the beach more than the mountains. I can't pick, but there's something about breakfast at the beach. There's just something about it. I can't put my finger on it, but there's something about going to breakfast at the beach, which is funny because I think that's coming up in a question. What is something you want to learn or get better at? Probably, I'd probably like to learn how to not be so daggum high strung. I get tore up. I get tore up too easy. I'd like to learn how to not get tore up. I've learned to not eat sugar. That's a big one on the list. Even bigger than that is how not to get all bent out of shape over the least little thing. That is something I would love to learn. I ain't mastered that one. I don't know if I ever will. Let's see, number 7. What is your favorite meal to eat out on vacation? We were just talking about that. Breakfast or dinner. Well, I love going to breakfast, but I love dinner too because we try to find, breakfast we don't really mind if it's something that we can get at home, but dinner on vacation, that's one of our rules that we've always had when we do go on vacation. We try really hard to not eat somewhere that we can eat at home. So we try to find specialty restaurants, little hole in the walls, where the local people go. We try to stay away from chain foods that we can get at home. So I do like dinner out on vacation. Number 8. What is it that always makes you laugh or puts a smile on your face? That would have to be my kids. Well, and my husband. But my kids, their sense of humor is just their sense of humor. It's funny because the 3 of us, we have the same type of humor. And we have a chat. It's called Mama's Chat. Just me and the 2 kids. Nobody else is in it. It's like Facebook Messenger. And we're like, meme centric. we send memes about everything, and their humor, they always make me laugh and smile. Always. Number 9. What is something this generation is missing out on? I think they're missing out on places to go. You know, growing up, we had like little clubs and dancing clubs and just little, even I'm talking about in high school, places where they didn't have drinks that you couldn't drink, just where kids could go and dance and listen to the music. And then even as an adult, you go to a bar, you didn't have to drink. Of course, I would drink if I wanted to, but you didn't have to drink. But you had somewhere to go where you could listen to music, you could dance, you could have a drink, you could meet people, you could socialize, you could meet people to date. This generation, they don't have that. And it's hard for them to meet somebody. If you don't work at the job where there's the opposite sex and you don't go to church, where are you going to meet somebody? In the grocery store, over at the produce section? You meet online. That is where a lot of people meet, and that is online. And I wish they had more places to go in person to actually get around people and kind of get to know them and everything in person. There's nothing wrong with meeting somebody online. It happens to work sometimes. And the one thing about being online is you don't have anything to do but talk. So you talk about, yourself. As long as you're being honest, that is. But I do wish they had more places to go. And arcades, listen, they just don't have any stuff like that no more. The arcades we got around here is like them gambling. They call it arcades, but they're not arcades. That's where you just go and do them gambling machines, It's not Miss Pac-Man or skee ball or nothing like that. And then, we're up to number 10. What is it that you miss the most when you're on vacation? Well, it's like you go and you're so excited to get there, but then when it's time to go home, you're sad because, I don't want to leave vacation. But then it is true. There is no place like home. And RJ, he's the, well, Holly too, me too. When we come home, the first thing we do is smell. Smells like home, because everybody's home has a smell, and you know what your home smells like. Just like that baby can sense and smell its mama. I'm sure that's a thing. I'm sure it is. Whether it is or not, I'm sure it is. That baby knows mama. You know your house. And like, I can smell certain things, and I can smell mama's house, And so I think that's one thing. When you're away from home, you don't realize you miss it until you come back in the door, and then you're brought back home, and you're like, oh, it's good to be home. So anyway, that is my tag for this week, the what is tag. And so thank you, Sandy, for tagging me, and hopefully David will be back on our next tag, whenever that will be. And I will tag this week Edie over at Edie's Adventures, and Roy over at Recipes with Roy. So go check both of those out. I will have everybody's tag link down in the description box. And that's all for me, and I will see you on my next video.